Right, hello, lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today, obviously, we are looking at the Banik Ostrava match and the lengths that the Czech club are going to make this a very special occasion. Also, some other stories as well regarding the Japanese tour, Boli Bolingoli, and yeah, that is that, so stick around for those. But before we go any further, if you guys are enjoying the off-season content, or you want to help support the channel, the best way to do so is to click that like button, click that subscribe button, and I appreciate all of you who do help support the channel, so thank you very much. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, Banik Ostrava versus Celtic, a celebratory pre-season match for Ostrava's 100th year in operation, a centenary, if you will. Right, now the Czech club's preparations are leaps and bounds over what I thought it was gonna be, right? It's got the feeling of this proper spectacle, right? Rather than just a normal, regular pre-season friendly. Now, the stadium is nearly sold out. It's a 15,000 capacity ground. You know, they're not the biggest club in the world, Banik Ostrava. However, they have got a great set of fans. Their ultra section is sold out. There is a dress code as well, advised, I might add, with it being advised to wear white t-shirts or just any sort of white top. And then I guess that will be for because I actually don't know. I think it's their kit, I believe, is white. Regardless, each fan in attendance will receive a special centenary scarf, I guess, to raise before the match. There will also be an opening ceremony 30 minutes before kickoff, including live music and addressment from celebrity fan Ondrej Novotny. Ondrej Novotny. A Czech actor, but also the owner of the MMA promotion Octagon with a K instead of a C. And before kickoff, finally, there will be a ceremonial walkout. Now, clearly, Banik Ostrava are going all out to celebrate the 100th year, right? And they deserve, right? The fans deserve a special occasion like this. The club deserves it, right? It's going to be a great watch altogether. And it should be a great game of football, I might add as well, because the Banik Ostrava side, they will be absolutely fired up for a clash like this, especially with all the pre-match celebrations leading up to it. They'll know what it means. And then for Celtic, you know, we'll go out there, and I guess we don't want to be the villains, but I guess Ange's intent will be to sort of spoil the party, right? But still, you know, hopefully we will just show improvement, I guess, from our most recent pre-season outing. And look, despite the nature of this fixture, both clubs are still in pre-season. We've got to remember this is a very special occasion. Regardless, it is still pre-season. The result for this match really, in my eyes, doesn't matter at all. Obviously, if we get embarrassed, that's a different story. But yet again, I would be looking more at the performance of players individually and as a unit, as a team, rather than the final result. And look, the bottom line is, really, I am very much looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great spectacle before the match, during the match. As well, it should be cracker. And I think this is going to be great. You know, it's nice to see these pre-season games actually mean something, right? Rather than just be, you know, a kick around on the park. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are as well. But we're moving on for now, because elsewhere on the Celtic news front, Boli Bolingoli has finally left the club permanently, I might add as well, signing a 2-year contract at KV Mechelen in the Belgian First Division, or Jupiler Pro League. As I was alerted to, it is not pronounced Jupiler, rather Jupiler. So thank you for the person who did that. I forgot your name, I'm very sorry. But finally, that shit show has come to an end. He is off the books, he is gone, and it took ages, right? A failed loan move to FC Ufa due to the invasion of Ukraine. Because he couldn't go play in Russia, right? So, very happy days though, that he's finally off the wages. And I read somewhere, I couldn't remember if it was a fan media article or it was on Instagram, but it was something that said, you know, two of the three Lenny's Musketeers had finally left in Boli Bolingoli and Barkas. Now it's time for the third to go, in our being a Yeti. But in all seriousness, because this is such an extremely serious channel, 24/7, we do not have any jokes on this channel, right? People ask me all the time, if you could give one piece of advice to Boli Bolingoli to turn his career around, what would it be? I say, I'll give them 2 bits of advice. The first for free and the second for free. The first bit, find a new club. The second bit, no going overseas during the middle of a global pandemic. It is a really dim-witted thing to do. That's just my advice though. Maybe you guys have different advice, and clearly I get asked that every single day. But still, moving on, because I think we're not going to give him any more attention. He's not a Celtic player anymore, so we don't really need to talk about him on the Celtic channel. Anyways, a tour of Japan. How about that? Now, not anytime soon, of course. We've got literally no time at all in the upcoming season, considering there's the World Cup. We're still in pre-season. Sydney Super Cup. Yes. We've got really no time at all this season. This is going to be an absolutely hectically packed season. Now, but it's a very smart idea if you ask me. I think a tour of Japan is absolutely ingenious. Now, I'm going to bring out a bit of my economics knowledge right here, right now. I don't study economics. I don't study economics at school, but some of my mates do. They have taught me about the supply and demand graph. Currently, and I'm going to use it here, currently in Japan, there is a major lack of supply of Celtic, right? We don't play there. We won't ever play there for any competitive fixture because we are in no competition with any team from Japan, unless obviously a pre-season friendly happens or something like that. However, the demand is huge. So obviously lack of supply, big demand, it's a perfect storm. There is a huge demand. Celtic is huge in Japan. We all know this, with the likes of Daisen Maeda, Kyogo, Areo Hatate, Yasuki Itaguchi, not to mention Ange came to Celtic from the Japanese club Yokohama F. Marinos, where he won the league with them. And I believe, if I remember correctly, it was like their first league title ever, or in 50 years or something like that. Now, I've completely disregarded the fact, I've just remembered to me saying when this Japanese tour is rumored to happen. According to reports in Japan, this tour is set to take place in pre-season of the 2023-24 season, so a pre-season tour. Now, if it happens, I personally, for one, could be very, very inclined to attend. Never been to Japan. Japan looks like a beautiful country, pretty different culture to here in Australia, so it'd be great to see that. Regardless though, get to see Celtic. Now, obviously, nothing is concrete. However, if I was a betting man, I am legally not able to, but that's why we speak hypothetically. If I was, I'd be putting my money on the fact Celtic to play at least 2 fixtures on the Japanese tour, right, in the land of the rising sun. One definitely against Ange and Daisen Maeda's former team, Yokohama F. Marinos. As for the other teams, well, really, it's a bit of, you can pick your poison, right? It's like the grabbers at the arcade. You can pull it out, right? Any toy, and not a toy, but you can pull out any team, because it's a very talented bunch in Japan, right? It's a very competitive league as well, for that matter. And personally, I am rooting for this to happen. I think it would be absolutely great for Celtic, for Japanese football. It just seems to work out so well in the head. Now, if it is pre-season for Celtic, the only issue there is that the Japanese league runs at a different schedule, right? So that may cause some issues. So they run pretty much from January to December, their league. So that could cause some issues, but anything could happen, right? They could do this during a break for the Asian Champions League. They could do this during a break for international fixtures. Who knows, right? But don't expect any announcements soon. This is still, very in very early premature stages. A lot of reports will probably come out though in the next couple of weeks for more with a little bit more detail on what's going on here, what's the likelihood of it, what's going to look like. I guess we'll just play it by ear from then, but for now, our focus is obviously on Banik Ostrava. So leave your score prediction in the comments below. Personally, always good to see Celtic win, but purely because it is Banik Ostrava's 100th year anniversary, I'm hoping for a draw. I think a 2-2, 3-3 draw, something, a spectacle for the fans, I guess. And purely because it's pre-season, at the end of the day, a good, strong performance from Celtic, but purely for Banik Ostrava's fans, and because it is their 100th, and a draw would be nice for all parties. But that is all from me. So if you guys did enjoy the channel, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, hail, hail.